This true story took place on May 17, 2019 at Korydallos Prison, located just outside Athens, Greece. A prison transport truck filled with dirty laundry seemed like the least likely place to hide. Yet it was there, buried among old socks and worn uniforms, that an inmate was attempting his escape. His name was Konstantinos Kostas, Mavrodis, a man determined to risk everything for a shot at freedom. His plan was straightforward: slip unnoticed beyond the prison walls by hiding within the weekly shipment of laundry sent out for cleaning. But fate had other plans. Inside the dark, suffocating sack, surrounded by the smell of sweat and detergent, his body began to betray him. He clenched his jaw and squeezed his eyes shut, hoping to suppress what was coming, but he couldn't hold it back. A sudden, uncontrollable sneeze shattered the silence. The guards froze, turning their attention toward the pile of laundry, listening carefully to the strange sound coming from one of the sacks. This wasn't just a failed escape. It was a tale of how one ridiculous moment could undo weeks of careful planning. How a childhood allergy to laundry detergent could strip a man of his chance at freedom. And how the guards, upon opening the sack, found not a dangerous fugitive, but a red-eyed sneezing man cursing his own DNA more than the prison system. Kostas never imagined that something as trivial as an allergic reaction could bring down his entire plan. At 37, he was a thick-set man with strong arms and a slow way of thinking. For 15 years, he had lived a life of small-time crime. His last attempt at theft, stealing a golden cross from a church, ended in failure when he got stuck in a window frame. Life inside Korydallos Prison soon became unbearable for him. Overcrowded cells, filth, and constant humiliation from fellow inmates triggered panic attacks. So when he saw the laundry truck arrive every week to collect the sacks of dirty clothes, an idea formed in his mind. This is the perfect way to vanish. After all, who would think to inspect smelly rags? Watching the guards toss the sacks lazily into the truck, he felt confident no one would suspect a thing. He imagined stepping out of the truck, changing clothes, and disappearing into the narrow streets of Athens. What he didn't account for was the one enemy he thought he had left behind: his allergies. As it turned out, this forgotten weakness would prove more dangerous than any guard or locked gate. At the moment he climbed into the sack full of dirty sheets, however, Kostas felt certain. His luck had finally changed. 3 weeks before the infamous sneeze, Kostas started preparing for the escape with a level of precision no one expected from him. He noticed that the laundry collected early Tuesday mornings from the prison hospital was inspected less thoroughly. That left 2 challenges: how to get inside the sack undetected and how to survive the trip without being discovered. An unexpected ally came to his aid: Dimitris, an elderly janitor who agreed to help in exchange for 3 packs of cigarettes and a promise of anonymity. He was responsible for leaving a specific sack in a hidden corner of the laundry room on the day of the escape. Kostas woke up before sunrise. He slipped quietly into the laundry room and climbed into the prepared sack, pulling a damp cloth over his face in hopes of filtering the air. What he hadn't considered proved disastrous. The hospital laundry was washed with chlorine-based detergent, the same kind that had triggered severe reactions in him as a child. The first few minutes inside the sack were manageable. Then came the sharp scent of bleach flooding his nose. His throat burned, his eyes watered, and his nose began to itch. He gritted his teeth, knowing everything depended on holding out until the truck passed through the gates. But at the worst possible moment, just before the final checkpoint, his body betrayed him. A powerful sneeze exploded through the truck like a gunshot. As the vehicle approached the main gate, senior guard Yanis raised his hand and shouted, "Stop!" It sounded to him like something unusual had come from the back of the truck. Not a mechanical noise, but something alive. In prison, such things are never overlooked. The laundry sack sat in silence, yet one of them, the third from the left, was subtly shaking. Yanis didn't waste time asking questions. He simply jabbed it with his baton. A muffled sound followed, as if someone was trying hard to hold back a sneeze, but couldn't. When the stunned guards opened the sack, they found Kostas curled up inside, his face swollen from an allergic reaction. His eyes were red, his nose running, and he tightly held onto the wet cloth he had used to cover his face, now looking like a useless attempt at protection. The air smelled of detergent and panic. "Well then," Yanis said mockingly, "were you planning to go to the laundry, friend? Or did you really think we'd believe a sack sneezed on its own?" Kostas was given a month in solitary confinement. 30 days of quiet felt like peace compared to what awaited him when he returned to the general cell block. His fellow inmates greeted him standing, holding homemade flags made from torn sheets. A banner proudly hung on the wall. "Welcome back." They started calling him the Sneeze King. Each morning became a routine prank. Someone would slip a bit of laundry powder into his shoes. On his lunch tray, he often found dishes decorated with white powder, usually just salt or sugar, cleverly arranged for effect. Even the prison barber once joked about offering a washing machine-style haircut. A new inspection method was introduced. Every laundry sack was now shaken and checked each morning. And whenever the prison warden walked past Kostas, he would dramatically sneeze, causing laughter among the others. His real fame came when the story reached the outside world. A local journalist wrote an article titled, "Allergy to Captivity: How Laundry Detergent Saved Greek Justice." Online, a photo of Kostas with the caption, "Sneezed on the system," quickly went viral. A detergent company even unofficially referenced the incident in their ads. Even in government discussions, someone joked about adding allergy medicine to the prison supplies. Years later, this tale has become part of prison legend. Every new inmate hears the story of Kostas Mavrodis, and the very sack he hid in, now old and patched, sits proudly displayed in the Museum of Failed Escape Attempts. If you think this is the most unforgettable escape fail ever, hit like and subscribe. We've got plenty more stories coming your way. And by the way, yes, Kostas still sneezes when he sees a box of laundry detergent. But that's another story entirely.